Welcome back, gamers. So I'm joined here with the Invictus stream, Joe and Harlan.
Hello.
Yeah, so we're going to be playing The End of the World.
Dun dun dun! Yes, The End of the World is a role-playing game by Fantasy Flight Games. It is a very simple, sort of rules-light system, and the big draw of this game is that you play yourself.
Very exciting.
Yeah, so the first thing that we're going to do real quick is we're going to do a bit of a character creation, which basically is a way for these two players to make themselves in an RPG. So you have to be sort of hard on yourself and talk about your features, pro and con.
Do a little bit of soul searching.
Yeah, you're going to have basically
am I?
10 points to raise any of these features above the number 1. And you have, again, physical, mental, and social features, each divided, again, dexterity, vitality, logic, willpower, charisma, and empathy. So have you thought a bit about what kind of, how empathetic of a person
are you, Nina?
Sorry?
How dexterous are you?
How quick are you?
I would say a 3.
A 3?
I feel like I'm a 3.
Perfect.
But my vitality is definitely a 2.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I eat a lot of junk food.
That's fair.
Me too.
And I hate the gym.
Yeah,
Yeah,
me too,
yeah.
for many reasons.
Okay.
So you're going to want to basically allocate 10 points amongst, like I said, these statistics. And again, try to be as honest with yourself as you can be. We're not going to be too, you know, I'm not going to start saying, well, wait a minute. You didn't offer me a drink, so your empathy can't be that high. Because you did offer me a drink, so your empathy is going to be very high.
Yeah.
You did a great job.
Then afterwards, what we're going to do is we're going to focus on features. So you're also going to look at positive and negative features for each of these categories. And basically, you know, a positive physical feature could be, I don't know, distance runner,
Yeah.
or strong, if you want to just be basic. Well, it could
I
be.
feel like it needs to be a little bit more specific than that. Like,
Listen, specific is the best, but ultimately it's up to you, the player, how mean you want to be on yourself. Because, I mean, ultimately for me, there's a lot of negative features that I have.
Oh.
Very few positive features,
now.
so we try not to focus too much on that.
Do you have all of your stats figured out?
No, I don't. I was
Well.
like inputting them.
Yeah.
And I was like, I ran out of points.
Points.
I know.
It's
because
tough when you give yourself all 5s. When you maximize.
lower.
It turns out we are very excellent player characters.
Exactly. So once those 10 points are allocated between those 3 categories, the next step is, like I said, the features. And you're going to want to have a positive and negative feature for each of these categories. I find mentals is honestly probably the hardest to think of. Because like what's a positive mental feature? Good at math?
Well, I'm a scientist.
Oh, well,
Isn't that a positive mental feature?
I guess, yeah, it is.
Positive. I'm just going to indicate that
So what
with
do
a
you got
plus.
Okay, so I put
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10
Yeah.
points. Okay, so what do you have for your physical?
I guess for features, I can run really fast,
Hey, that's a
but
physical.
very short period of time.
So
Okay.
fast. Yeah, I guess that's like burst runner. That's a name.
Sprinter.
Sprinter. That's the technical name.
runner.
Burst, I think.
Interesting.
Well, you know, I'm a simple man.
My negative is I have a very poor sense of direction. Would you say that's a mental?
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely. Perfect. Okay, so sprinter. What about a negative physical?
Negative, I'm out of shape. So
Let's not. Well, no, that's not true. Let's not go there. I'm just, you know, you can be a little bit. Well, I don't know. It's your,
low stamina.
Low
I guess.
stamina.
That's see there you go.
That's
That's a
good.
nice way to put it. Because otherwise, I just write fat on mine.
I
I don't
would
want to be
say
that.
I'm flexible as a physical characteristic.
And then a negative physical. So then positive and negative for your mental. So what's a positive mental feature that you might have? You got, do you have a good memory?
Creative.
I guess creative.
Creative.
Creative is an excellent
That's how you can
characteristic.
problem solve out of a
Yeah.
box room. I don't know.
Is that a saying?
That's the thing.
Problem solve.
Problem solve out of a box room.
room.
That's what I grew up saying. And what's a negative mental feature?
Negative,
So
I guess.
willpower could be something like if you have to eat pizza every time you see a pizza.
Oh, yeah.
That would be
I
my
have like
negative.
very low self-control when it comes to food.
That's pretty good. Then there you go. Hopefully no zombies look appetizing.
Well, probably not.
Well, you never know.
Maybe they will.
It's a role-playing
I
game.
don't know
Anything
what
goes.
kind of zombie that we're going to be dealing with here.
And then you have, so you're social, so a positive, and what are your, positive and negative for your mental? You gave yourself scientist, which is a plus.
Yeah, I have a poor sense of direction is my negative.
Righto.
For my
Oh, yeah, we did
mental.
say that.
For my physical, I am flexible, and I am not a distance runner, so similar to
Okay.
sprint.
And then social, positive and negative for your social sides.
Oh my gosh.
I like to think for the negative of empathetic. Like, you would always help the elderly or something like that. You know what I mean? Because these are things that I can then exploit as the dungeon master or the game master.
How would you say, like, I'm crazy about animals as a negative thing?
That's the most negative. No, you would always put animals above humans. I don't know.
I don't do that.
Well, you like animals a lot.
Okay, but
just
that's a
rate that.
positive thing. 'Cause
Yeah.
animals are great.
But I'm going to exploit it as a negative, so we can put it as a negative. Because I'm going to make a little poor puppy be in the line of
Please no.
a starving zombie, and you're going to want to have to save it.
Always helps animals.
Positive, negative, social. What do you think? Maybe always tell the truth. Maybe you can't.
Oh, I'm very honest.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Maybe brutally honest could be
That's
a
probably a
drawback.
I'm not
Negative.
brutally honest,
Yeah, that's what I mean. A negative.
but like I'm a nice honest.
I would
Okay.
say you are really comfortable around strangers is a positive
That'd be a
thing.
great positive. Yeah. Great at meeting new people.
For me, positive social feature is I
Can't think of a single one. Positive social. You are charismatic. I don't know. Is that not a positive thing?
I mean, charisma is
You're great at meeting new people.
not.
Great at.
I'm very bad at that.
Well, I don't know. I can't make the character for you. So as they are creating, again, with this system, basically, so the idea here is that you want to craft yourself in the most honest way that you can. You don't necessarily have to focus on, the traumatic past or a bum knee. You can sort of, fictionalize yourself to a degree. But the fun here is that you get to play yourself in a real scenario. And this game is part of a series of 4 books published by Fantasy Flight Games. Each dealing with sort of a major end-of-the-world catastrophe. You have aliens, you have zombies, you have robot uprising, and you have Wrath of the Gods, which is basically a way for you to look into Ragnarok and all these kind of really cool things like that. So there's a lot of options of how you can sort of experience the end of the world if this is a series of books you're interested in. But again, the main idea is that you get to play yourself. And more importantly, you start right where you are. And we're going to start in a moment, sitting at this very table. Has everyone finished their character sheet?
So I added a negative to my social.
Okay.
I always have a constant need to help people when I know they need help.
That's a very bad thing to have in a zombie apocalypse because
Be selfish.
you have to be
Because I
selfish.
feel it. Like I really feel
Me
it.
too.
Of course. Yeah, I mean, I don't, but I understand. I can theorize why you would feel that way as people who have hearts. I, of course, do not. So finally, how to roll dice in this game. Of course, it is a role-playing game, so
Right.
there's always the need to roll die. And this game uses an interesting system of positive and negative die. So anything that you're going to do, you're going to roll positive die. It can be 1 for just the action, or it can be any number based on what you have. So, for example, you gave yourself Sprinter, which is a positive feature. If you were trying to outrun a zombie, I would make you roll 1 positive die for the actual running, and I would give you a second positive die because you are again because you have a positive feature. So again, any number of quirks that you have written down that are going to aid the scene that we're playing, feel free to throw them at me because I'm not going to remember. Meaning that if you can justify a way that your creative mental benefit is going to help a situation, let's do it because I'm going to give you another die for it. Right?
Right, sweet.
Negative die work a very similar way. Again, I'm going to give them to you when I think that there's an obstacle that you need to sort of go up against, i.e. a zombie. Or, maybe some environmental benefit.
Moral problem.
Or a moral problem. Ooh. And if a feature that you have comes into play as well. Again, so you have always needs to help people, you're going to get a mighty number of negative die for probably negative for people that need help in the zombie apocalypse. So, that is where we at. Do you have an idea of how this game is working now?
Absolutely.
Everyone understand?
Yes.
Perfect. Then let us play the end of the world.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Perfect. Well, thank you so much for having us on the show.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
This has been a lot of fun.
Thank you.
And as we generally wrap up this lovely interview and this lovely game, there's sort of a thud. A soft thud that you hear coming from the producer's box. And as you sort of glance up past this open area, you see the door slightly ajar. At first we dismiss it, of course, because the three of us are engaged in a conversation like we would be. That was so great. I think we did a good job there.
Yeah,
you guys were amazing.
Thank
was a
you
lot of
so
fun.
much for having us.
Is everything all right with Phil? Is the producer's name?
Yeah, Phil.
You notice now that the door is open and Phil is actually tucked under the desk. He's completely out of sight.
Oh, that's weird.
I don't see him.
And you hear sort of a low groan coming from the producer's box.
I just stare at Nina. What was that?
What the hell was that?
Phil, are you okay? Are you?
No answer from Phil.
Oh no.
He completely doesn't respond. He's gone. No, we're good.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
This is role playing.
It's the game, yeah.
We're that effective.
Oh my God.
Jeff, who's working the camera, is obviously watching this unfold as well, and Jeff sort of looks over to Phil, and he realizes that we're sort of wrapping this up, so Jeff excuses himself, he locks off the camera, and he steps down to check out the producer's box himself. He exits the room and heads around, and you see him enter the box. And after a moment, he slams the door and runs out.
What?
We hear him running down the hall. What the hell was that? And all of a sudden, you see a hand reach up and slap on that glass, streaking blood down as the groan continues, and up shambles the dead body of Phil.
No, Phil.
He stands and sort of reaches out towards the glass and begins moving for the door.
Oh my God.
What the fuck is going on?
Nina,
Oh my God.
what do we do?
You're sitting at this desk. What do we do?
Yo, we gotta lock the door.
Is that a zombie?
Does that lock?
Yeah, locks.
Perfect. So you run down. Now it's just
I
the three
run.
of us in the studio. You lock the door.
Lock the door.
No problem.
Yeah.
And you see Phil leave that box and begin walking around. All of a sudden, the lights die, and the emergency lighting clicks on, bathing us in sort of a soft red glow.
Red, yeah.
Yes, of course it has to be red.
Well, it has to be. It's a zombie apocalypse.
It is?
Well, I don't know.
Oh my God, we're gonna die.
So we're standing here at this table. The
What do
door
we-
is now locked.
What do we hear?
Right now, you can hear at the door sort of like a groaning coming from down the hallway. There's a shambling, and again, that red handprint has streaked blood across it. And I stand up and I walk over, and I can say, this can't be happening. What the hell's going on?
Is this some kind of prank?
This is a
or-
joke, right? You're pranking us.
No, I'm not pranking you guys.
This is what you do. You have us on your show,
Super funny.
and you try to make it about.
Really good, like a hidden camera thing, or?
Yeah. The lights were a nice touch.
Yeah. It's
No,
pretty
guys,
good.
seriously, we gotta get out of here.
What is? I'm sorry. What's happening?
Phil turned to a zombie. We gotta get out of here.
Zombie. Look, I think we're throwing that around a bit too quickly. Ultimately, I think something is up, and I'm fine with that. You know what? And I walk over and I'm gonna grab one of these sort of camera stands. I'm gonna remove the camera from the top, and it's heavy.
I'd like to examine the blood that's on the window.
Perfect. Give me a logic roll.
Okay.
So I'm gonna give you a
okay.
positive die because you are doing a roll. I'm gonna give you a second positive die because you are a scientist.
That's right.
And I also know
Blood
that you work
scientist.
in, yeah. So the goal here is to roll under what you have in your logic.
Okay, which is a 4. And I rolled a
Success.
3.
Perfect.
And a 5.
So yeah, you see it's very dim, but you pull your phone and you sort of light the
Yeah.
stain. It is very clearly human blood.
That's real blood.
Holy shit. I think at this point, knowing me, because this is real me, I faint.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because I'm actually like, I faint to blood.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Nina. I run over to Nina and try to revive her.
Yeah, for sure.
Taking her vitals, making sure that she's okay.
Yeah, and she's fine. I mean,
Just
a little
probably
bit.
takes a minute.
Yeah, a little bit of cliche fanning.
Yeah.
And she,
I don't
and
have any
you're
smelling
totally fine.
salts, but
Yeah.
I probably like clapping my hands like, Nina, come back.
And I'm just like freaking out because I'm the most
You
unstable.
picked up this like.
yeah.
camera stand.
Well, I'm getting into like freak out, like I'm gonna start messing shit up, right?
What else do we have in here that we can see?
Oh,
as
there's
a-
anything. There's
Weapon.
heavy weapons over there. There's probably a fire extinguisher. I mean, anything that
I'm
would
gonna
be in
grab
the
a
studio.
tripod because
Absolutely.
I feel like it's sturdy
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
and long enough that can kind of like have range.
Good idea.
Perfect. You pick it up and you have it in your reach. So you can add that to your equipment slot as well.
I'm gonna grab a coil of wire, like microphone, like lighting wire.
Yeah, damn straight.
Cables.
Perfect.
And fire extinguisher.
So you strap the fire extinguisher on your back over one shoulder, and Joe comes out of the darkness looking like a badass. And you're holding this heavy
ready.
tripod. Yeah. And yeah, it's got a good reach on it. And before you can sort of start reacting to what's going on, these doors, you hear a thumping on the other side of them. Start pushing. And they're sort of breaking.
Nina, is there another way out of here?
Is there another exit?
There's an exit through there, but it takes us to the other studio room.
Oh, okay. Was there anyone in there when we were doing this?
Yeah, they were recording a sports show.
That's fine.
I listen at the door.
You can't hear anything.
I I don't think
It's
the
also
sports show is
soundproof,
being
probably.
Oh, it's soundproof.
Probably.
Well,
I listen
worst
at the
case
door and you're
scenario,
like, no.
worst case
girl."
scenario, we're interrupting a sports broadcast and Phil's fucking dead. I think we can risk it. So
Okay.
I unlock and kick it open. So inside you see the studio again with the sort of red emergency lighting, and you see the green screen. Blood splattered all over it, and you see a dead body.
It's not green anymore.
It's not green anymore. And you see lying in the center of the green screen, or at the bottom, a body.
Oh my god, I can't.
Okay, everyone, stay calm. This is obviously there's some kind of emergency happening right now. We have to get out of the studio. Harlan's van is parked outside.
Yeah, but the keys. Oh no, I have the keys in your office.
Oh,
It's in your coat.
Yeah.
oh my god. That's like the other side of the building.
Yeah. And we look to the door of the second studio and it is shut. However, you notice that the body that's lying in the center of this green screen area, there's red streak marks running from the hallway as if it dragged itself in here and sort of died in the center. And it is, of course, Anjo.
Anjo.
Anjo, no! Oh my god!
So sorry.
No.
But he is lying there in the center, not moving.
Oh my god.
I run over and I lock the studio door. Fuck.
Okay, considering I know that they're zombies, I'm so sorry.
How do we
Anjo.
know that there's zombies? I mean, there's literally no way to be able to tell that these are zombies that we're facing here. I mean, come on.
What do you do?
I'm so sorry, Anjo. I take my tripod and I poke Anjo to see if he's okay.
Wow.
Just in case he's a zombie. I'm so sorry.
Poor
I love you, Anjo.
So you walk into the studio. Again, the red light is sort of casting sharp shadows on the body before you. And from the hallway, you now hear screams, moans, groans as creatures are shambling outside the door.
Kid.
My back is to the studio door, and Joe's waiting at these open as you approach slowly with the tripod outstretched. And just before you can touch, you see the body stir.
Oh my god.
Is he alive?
And you hear a slow groan come from the body as he starts lifting himself up. And he turns towards you, his eyes vacant and white hollow. Blood is pouring down from his open mouth, and you see a large bite chunk out of his neck as he turns towards you and he begins crawling towards.
Nina, get away from him.
Okay, guys, fuck this shit. Let's get out of here. We're gonna jolt out that door.
Okay, I would like to, as like a smoke bomb, sort of cover. I don't know how
Props?
fire extinguishers work,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna, in my head, I'm imagining like this is gonna make like the corridor like all smoky and give us some cover so that we can
Fuck
run
yeah.
without zombies.
It's exactly what happens.
Okay, amazing.
Yeah. So you just have to hold it down, and your hair, and I grab your hair tie out, and I'm like, use this. And I stand by the door, I click it open, I open it just as Andrew sort of reaches towards you, and you are bolting for the door. Joe, you spin the fire extinguisher out into the hallway, which is immediately filling with smoke, and you see that there are, on either side of the hallways, these creatures slowly lurching. Blood is sort of streaked across the hallways, which is quickly then filled with smoke.
How many of them are there?
You can see
Approximately.
3.
3?
Yeah, there's 2 towards this end of the hallway and 1 towards your office.
Do they move fast?
They seem pretty slow.
That's a
They
good
seem pretty.
question.
I mean, Anjo himself is sort of just, again, still turning and slowly crawling across the floor towards you as you're bolting towards the door.
I think we should try to make a run for it to the main lobby. And since I have like the sprinting ability,
Yeah.
I think I should run to the office, grab your coat,
And meet us in
and
the
just
lobby.
run. Yeah, meet you guys back at the lobby.
Absolutely. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you exit out of into the hallway, and you see one creature standing there, and you're going to sprint around it. So give me a positive die for the sprint. Give me a second because you have sprinting ability, and I'm going to give you a negative because you're running past a zombie.
There's a chance to grab
So
you.
roll all 3 at the same time.
And don't
Okay.
fuck up.
Oh my god, guys.
It's a lot of pressure. Don't do it.
I almost drank your water because I'm nervous.
Don't do it. That's
I'm getting
mine.
sweaty. I never sweat. But I'm so terrified of zombies, even though it's fake.
Should I give you a second one?
And blood.
Who said this is fake?
Honestly, I feel like with your mental, you should have been, I'm scared of blood. Do you
Oh
know what
yeah,
I mean?
I totally forgot about
But
that.
it's okay, we'll
I actually
deal
do
with
faint
it.
to blood. I fainted like at a
You-
hospital.
You
Yeah.
used it in the story though,
Yeah.
like narratively.
Oh,
you
it's
impose that
perfect.
on yourself.
Yeah.
Go ahead, let's see what you got.
Okay, let's see.
Okay, so you have a 2, which is under your dexterity, which means you succeed. So you
Sweet.
do sprint. However, you have a negative die that was not canceled out by a positive die, which means you do take a stress. So I want you to fill in that first little box right there. So basically what happens is you do run right past the zombie. However, he hits you a little bit.
So I see they're moving slow, so I kind of wave, throw them off.
Yeah, and again, the hallway's filling with this
Wait,
fire
like the blow up guy?
Yeah, the wacky arm inflatable
Wave.
two-man, yeah.
And then I'll fake right, but then go left.
Oh, nice.
Like dodge them.
Yeah.
But I guess since I do take a hit, he lightly grazes my shirt.
Yeah, just
As
enough
I
to
like,
sort of
whoa.
cut through the fabric, and you
Yeah.
can see just a little bit
He
of
has a
blood as
knife?
his nail hits you. He's got very sharp nails. And but you get around him pretty easily, and you head out into the front hallway, and you.
Shit, do you see that? Nina just took a hit.
Yeah, I know. And I run and I tackle the zombie myself, giving you a chance to run by, and I sort of pin him to the wall. And you make it by pretty easily, and the two of you are in the front sort of lobby area, and you see that the chair is just sort of spinning. Someone's completely vacant from it. And at the front door, you do see two zombies on the outside sort of banging on the glass of the lobby, just groaning.
They're trying to get in.
They're trying to get in.
Okay.
You're still fighting a zombie.
I'm still fighting a zombie, yeah.
With your tripod that you took?
With my prowess, yes, with the tripod. I'm holding him against the wall, sort of pinning it, and his head is. And hey, let's be fair here, because Harlan can die too. He just knocks the seat, and I take a negative. So what happens is, I'm holding this thing against the wall with the tripod, and as it's sort of sinking into the soft flesh of the zombie, it sort of just reaches out and bites at me.
My God.
And it sort of takes a small bite out of my
Harlan.
cheek,
Oh my
and I hold
gosh.
back, and I sort of stumble back, and I look towards the two of you, and I'm like, fucking run!
Oh my God.
And that's the last you see of me in this instance, to be returned very shortly, I'm sure. And you two enter the lobby, and again, it seems vacant. And just as you sort of stand there, you see the glass breaking. Two zombies are also walking into the front.
Nina, we have to get to the
Okay.
office. We need that car key.
Okay. So I
All I'm
suggest.
holding is like some cables because I dropped the fire extinguisher.
Okay.
So what else do we see?
There's a bird cage with
No.
two birds in it. One bird is much quieter than the other.
One bird is a zombie bird. No.
No, the birds are fine, maybe. Well, I don't know, we'll see.
The birds are
Not
fine.
the birds.
Right now they're
not
fine.
Not the birds.
Wait till Harlan zombified reaches in the cage.
No.
No, it's fine.
But out of all things, I mean, there's a kitchen.
Yeah, there's so many things.
As we're running by the front desk,
Okay.
I just pick up a pair of scissors.
Yeah.
Okay.
You do, and
Smart
they're
thinking.
big silver scissors,
Yeah.
beautiful, heavy, sturdy. You know, none of those new cheap scissors that
And
you can't
the two of us approach the corner towards down, which we are going to have to turn to get to the office.
Yeah.
And we kind of peer like comic book
peek?
style, like my head and then Nina's head, just like
Yeah.
whoop around the side.
And you do that, and you see someone sort of standing there, and you know this gentleman as Boji. This is the guy that you've seen a few times. He sort of just fetches coffee for everybody else, but he's sort of standing there, just not really moving. His back is towards you, and again,
Oh my God.
he sort of turns around.
How far in the hallway is he?
He's just out front of the door to the office that you're trying to get into, because doesn't it just suck that way?
Yeah.
And he is sort of slowly turns around, and you see the blood, not just coming from his mouth, but from his eyes.
Oh my God, no,
And
I
little
can't.
bits of sinew hanging from his
Ew.
lips as he turns around, and his sort of teeth are revealed, and he turns towards you. And starts walking towards the two of you.
Do we
slowly.
really need the car keys?
How else are we going to get away from here? We're in the middle of Markham. We're in Markham.
No one wants to be in. No, I'm just joking. It's a lovely place.
Okay.
Do you have any better idea?
You can
Okay.
do it.
Do you know how to get to the
It's up
roof?
to you.
I don't know.
So
There's
as you're-
zombies outside.
As you're deciding, Boji's continually sort of walking
Oh my God.
towards you.
And there's zombies who are trying to break into the lobby too.
Yeah, and you hear smashing again, because there's sort of two double with the lobby. There's sort of the outside glass and inside glass. So
Right.
they're still on the inside. You still hear the thumping, but you hear it sort of starting to crack a little bit.
There's a gateway, like beside the office door.
Yeah, there's an exit.
Yeah, there's an exit.
Right. But by the time you're deciding, Boji's now almost sort of walking into the path of where that would be too. And again, he's lurching forward and forward.
Okay, screw it. I'm gonna take the tripod, whip Goji.
Yeah,
Goji?
girl.
Boji.
Boji.
Whip Boji in the head, like against the wall, because life or death moment, we need to live.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to give you one positive die for the attack. I'm going to give you a second one. No, we're just going to give you one.
Damn it.
And I'm going to give you a negative because you're trying to kill a zombo.
Do I get a bonus die for willpower?
I can give you a bonus die if you can justify it. Maybe the weapon you're using, or maybe you're using a particular move that you've done in the past. I mean, it's role playing. The idea is we want to tell an inclusive story. So if you have an idea of how you can benefit the situation, maybe you want to do a badass move, or maybe you want to swipe at the legs. However you want to add to the scene, yeah, I'm willing to reward it.
How about if I help her?
Now there you go.
I have the cables that I took from the studio. I'm gonna like lasso them around his legs at the same time. So he's gonna get kind of tangled up a little bit.
Fantastic. So I'm going to give you another bonus die for that because Jo is involving herself in the action as well. So
Awesome.
roll all 3 and let's see what happens.
Okay, moment of truth.
Fantastic.
Yes.
So this is the perfect way that this could have gone because what happens is, oh, sorry, your dexterity is 2, isn't it? So this is not a perfect way this could have gone.
Oh, no.
What happens is, because you've rolled a 6 and a 6 in your positive and your negative die, they cancel each other out, which means you don't suffer a consequence. So that's pretty good. However, because your roll of 3 was higher than what you needed on your dexterity, you do not succeed. So basically, you grapple him, you get your cables around him and you knock him. You don't kill him, but you do manage to, maybe let's say push him out of the way. So you don't succeed at actually trying to kill him, but you do get to affect him in a way. So for the time being, you actually shove him into that hallway that leads to the exit, but the path towards the office is clear.
So as Nina grapples Boji Zombie and kind of shoves him into the hallway, I retract the cables. I'm gonna try to knock him off his feet.
Perfect, give me your roll.
Okay.
So we'll do one dexterity possible, and then we'll do a negative because you're fighting a zombie.
Yeah, and because Nina's in the way, probably. Nina. Oh,
You have to be in the way.
okay.
Perfect, so you succeed, but you do take a stress. So show me how that works.
So as Nina pushes Boji with her tripod that she's been using as a weapon, and I use the cables to snag his feet, I pull really hard, and as he comes toppling to the ground, he falls on me, and he bruises up my arm.
Yeah.
Ow, fuck, that hurts. Like, Boji is, I don't know how much
heavy,
he weighs,
dude.
but
Yeah.
yeah, so I get my arm trapped underneath him, and I have to kind of like take an extra second to pull myself away.
Perfect. But as you sweep his feet out from under him by pulling the cable, his head smashes against the ground and just.
Ew.
Yeah, it's pretty gross. But again, the exit is clear, but also the office is clear where the keys lie.
Awesome.
Harlan!
No answer.
No, Harlan. Okay. I think we should run and grab his jacket.
Yeah.
Do you think we should go back?
Okay. There were a couple of things in the office that I want to pick up.
Okay.
I saw when we were in there earlier, there's a bottle of scotch. We can either smash it and use it as a knife, we can use it to start a fire, or we can
Right.
just go somewhere and get really drunk.
I'm big on the go somewhere and get really drunk as Zombie Harlan moans from the other hallway.
It is the end of the world.
Yeah, might as well
So
get drunk.
we run into the office.
Yep.
We grab your coat.
Perfect.
Big puffy maroon thing.
Ah, she knows it. I was gonna say, which one's my coat? Big puffy maroon number.
you imagine?
It's that puffy maroon number that
I
Harlan
grab my
has.
purse and throw a bottle of scotch in it.
Okay.
What else do we need to grab from this office really quick?
A lighter.
A lighter.
A lighter.
And
I'm gonna switch weapon from tripod to guitar.
Yeah.
Excellent. Good
Just
idea.
because I feel like it's lighter than the tripod. It was pretty heavy. It's like very.
Yeah.
And it's a bit more badass, let's just say that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Badass.
playing a guitar,
Yeah.
smashing a guitar is a lot more effective. than-
Yes.
So as you are looking through this office, I'm assuming you shut the door?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, I would say we shut the door, and I would have pushed one of those big amps up against it, or like moved
Okay.
one of the desks in front of the
Perfect.
door.
So you move the desk in front of the door pretty easily. I mean, they're not too heavy. You sort of sweep everything off. But as you do, you hear the door open.
What?
And you hear my voice on this side, "Hey, let me in." And I start pushing the door.
Oh my God, Harlan! And yeah, we move the amp back out of the way of the door and let you in.
And I step back in, and again, I'm sort of disheveled, but
Are you bleeding from your face?
just a little bit. It's just a little cut. He's not a big boy. And I'm kind of like, oh God, there's more up front.
Are you injured? Are you okay?
I'm fine. Look,
This isn't like Shaun of the Dead where you're like hiding an arm wound.
Joe, this isn't a movie. This is real life.
Oh my God. Just, okay.
And I quickly show you my arm. And I'm
Yeah.
like, there's
Oh my
nothing
God,
going
no
on. I'm
wounds,
perfectly
no
fine.
wounds. Okay.
And I slam the door behind me and I'm like,
Nina, are you okay? I saw that you got hurt and you have, where is it on your shoulder?
It's on my shoulder here.
Yeah.
and there's
Yeah.
just a little bit, but it's dry
a little-
now.
little
You know what?
Nice.
I'm gonna pour some scotch on my hat. and
Yeah.
I'm gonna like rub out
Yeah.
your wounds a little bit.
Yes.
It's gonna burn. It's
Yeah.
gonna hurt. But I want to keep you guys from getting infected.
Joe!
Sorry. Here, and we all have a shot of scotch.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Well, yeah.
then,
You know what?
alright.
Just do the big mug. I'm not going anywhere. Listen.
Cheers.
And then as you're drinking, your lid falls off and smashes.
No,
No.
not the TARDIS.
It happened. Yeah, so the three of us are in the room, and I turn to you two and I say, it's getting pretty crowded out there. We need to move fast.
Okay.
Okay.
And I also help myself to a guitar,
Okay.
'Cause
Good
why not?
badass.
right?
I'm
And there's a lot of
gonna
guitars in
I'm
there.
gonna take the bass guitar. I'm taking the bass.
We start a band.
And we start a
We
band.
start a band.
Start rocking. One of those little mobile amps strapped to.
And all the zombies start dancing.
That'd be
That's
pretty
how
fun.
this works.
Yeah.
That's how it would work in the real world, not this crazy fictional world.
I want to look at the window. There's
Yeah.
a window in the
Yeah.
office, right?
There's big windows all against the wall.
Yeah, so you.
No,
pull
no,
up the
no, no,
blinds.
no.
Oh,
I'm like
good.
this.
There you go. That's the smart way to do it.
I peek, do a little peek.
Yeah, and you take a look at the sort of the parking lot, the side of it, and it seems relatively empty right now. I mean, it's
Can we
sort of
see
quiet.
your van from there?
No.
Your van's parked around up
It's
front.
parked in front.
Oh my god, of course it is. Where the zombies are.
Yeah.
Stupid zombies.
Okay. Do you think we can break this window and make a run for it?
I think, since we're in the studio, I have my emergency makeup there. I think we should pretend to be zombies.
If we have to get out
cover.
front, that sort of makes the most sense.
Do you think they're gonna be fooled by that?
It's a
Zombies
risk.
are dumb, right?
We're gonna have to take a gamble.
We'll see if they'll fool by
Are you
that.
gonna tell us? Don't tell us.
No, I'm not gonna tell you. I'm gonna flip it better. Hold on.
Show the camera. Don't show
this
us.
Is, oh, I can't just show the. Oh, I can show the camera. Okay.
let's look.
No.
Yeah, so
no,
this
no,
is
look.
this is
Oh,
for
I'm looking at
this
the-
is for the
Don't look
close-up
at the
cam,
camera.
and this is for whether or not this little try to trick that they're doing is going to work. Is it going to work? This is the result. They can see it. You guys can't. There you go.
Okay, Nina, how good
Okay.
are you at putting on makeup? Actually, I think that's one of both of our skills very inherently, because clearly, like, look at our beauty.
Yeah,
Very good at makeup.
I am too, but I
Yeah.
don't have to be beautiful to do it.
That's very true.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, perfect. I don't think they know that we're in here yet, so let's just
Yeah.
really quickly disguise ourselves, and then do you have like fake blood or
Yes, of course I have red lipstick.
amazing?
Yeah, red
perfect.
lipstick.
Okay, let's do it.
I have real
Yeah.
blood.
Oh god. Yeah.
Perfect. So yeah,
You know.
so the idea here is, if I'm understanding correctly, is to sort of disguise ourselves as zombies so that we can sort of walk out the front of the lobby,
Shamble.
get to the van,
Shamble out the
out.
lobby.
So it's going to be an acting challenge as well.
Yes.
So shamble out the front of the lobby, past the zombies, and see if we can get to the van and escape.
Yeah.
Okay. And now the audience knows what has already been decided whether this is going to work or not. So
I
this-
love how that you're smiling. You know that it's not.
No, I never said that. I want to just make sure that they know as well. Again, just to reiterate, this is the result that we have.
I have a suggestion.
Yeah. What's this?
So since we're in the office, there's no zombies right outside that window, right?
No.
No? I think we should break that window and then pretend so we can get around to the parking.
That's a great.
But the
Because-
minute we break that window, aren't they going to come?
No, zombies are breaking windows anyway.
No, but I mean it's going to be loud. I mean, right now, all we're hearing is the moaning and shambling
You
in
think
the
we should go out
hallways.
the front door?
There's a or do
I
you
think
guys
it's a
want
gamble either
to
way.
do you guys want to try to exit through the side door?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
For
because
sure.
we know that there are zombies in the front.
right. But we have to be quick.
Okay.
Okay.
So we start donning this makeup and sort of like
makeover.
and I just rip the shirt off, not your shirt,
Just rip my arm off.
rip your arm off,
Oh,
and
God.
I just punch it. No, I break your glasses.
Didn't need that.
No, you gotta
No, I
shamble
need my
yourselves up.
glasses.
Yeah, I do it anyway. And I, hike up my pant leg, and we start looking all messed up.
Okay, everyone, practice your zombie.
Practice
growl.
your zombie groan. Pretty good. Hands are
Very
important.
good. A lot of weird hands.
Excellent. So we decide that this is the best course of action. And I say, well, hey, maybe we should cause a distraction so that when we exit the front door, is there like a fire alarm I can pull? Maybe we can get like a ring
Why
or
don't we
something
start a
like
fire?
There's a big ball of yarn, like a big sort of wicker
Oh my god,
statue.
yes.
wooden
The
ornament.
lamp thing.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
kick over the garbage can and throw it in, and I hold it up,
Pour some vodka on it.
Oh, fuck
Yeah.
and the thing takes up,
Oh,
and we
and
hold
we
it.
Roll it down the
Roll it
hallway.
down the hall.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Roll.
Even better.
Yes.
So the three of us exit the hall dressed as zombies, all shambled. We light this thing and we kick it down towards where all these zombies are sort of already at the end of the hall, going down this way. And they sort of stand over it as it sort of like catches them all on fire. And the flames lick up towards the ceiling and immediately the alarms ring throughout the entire
system, like,
building.
Oh man.
And all the zombies are disoriented. And the three of us sort of point towards,
Shamble that way, shamble that way.
and we shamble.
Turn the knob.
As we turn the knob and open the door, we shamble out, and there are about 15 zombies between us and the van.
We have to double down on the acting, right?
Yeah. All right, let's do this.
It's like, it's shitty weather outside today.
It's terrible.
It's been like ice storm for the last 3 days. I vouch for the fact that the zombies would have a really hard time keeping their footing. So if we are pursued, there'd be a lot of like,
There's some comical slipping.
shenanigans.
Yeah, there's like whoop, 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 whoop.
yeah, zombies.
A few
falling down.
zombies
Are
naturally
any of
die.
them frozen?
Yeah, one is like on his car, he was half scraping it when he got bit, and he's like just frozen in ice.
Oh damn.
But no, most of them are. Pretty.
So I would like to quickly and dexterously make my way to the vehicle
Yeah.
while being a zombie.
While also shambling.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give you one for the goal, for what you're doing. I'm going to give you a second one because of this nice acting sort of boom that you guys are getting. And I'm going to give you a negative die because you are trying to move past zombies.
A bunch of them.
The undead. Do not mess with them. Ooh, that is a very bad roll.
Oh no.
We call that a failure.
It's a very bad roll. I got 2 6s.
So 2 6s, both of which do not
High
succeed.
numbers are bad.
High numbers are always bad in
Yeah,
this
bad
game.
ones.
Yeah, it's the opposite for D&D. Now I can see the dice. I just put them in front of it. Never mind. And the 1 is also a failure as well.
Okay, so what happens?
Some very bad stuff, Joe.
Okay.
Okay? So what happens is you start walking towards these zombies, and for expediency's sake, I'm going to say the two of us follow suit as well. I mean, they're moving pretty closely.
I
Right.
probably went in like the vanguard.
Yeah.
Does that mean front?
Yeah. Yeah.
I went first.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Joe walks in.
Right.
And
But you guys are following me.
yeah, we're following relatively closely, and we're sort of witnessing whether this makeup test is going to work. It does not.
Ah, damn
Joe,
it.
Zombie's head snaps towards me. They smell the air and then turn.
How close are they though?
oh, they're on her,
Yeah.
and I think you know what happened.
Can I run? Can I run and hit?
I mean, you're right in the middle.
Ah, damn it.
So as I am slowly walking towards the van, zombies, as I pass them, turn towards me and slowly start following me. And I'm so committed to the bit that I don't even turn to look. And I'm actually bringing all of these zombies with me towards the van. And as I turn to see if the two of you are following me, I turn and I see about 5 dead faces staring at me. And I'm right in front of Harlan's van, and as they start ripping my skin off and ripping out my organs, it's just like splattered all over the hood of your van.
Now, who had the keys?
Help me.
Did you have the keys?
I had your coat under my arm.
And as you do, you reach in and grab the panic button.
Yes. I hit the panic button.
We hear Joe's screams as her blood paints the hood of the car.
Joe.
Her hand sort of going down the ice of the van, and you and I are watching, but it's giving us a distraction. The van is honking loudly. All of the zombies are converging on the location.
I have one hand on my bass guitar, like trying to hit
Just
them.
swinging
It's, like,
it.
Not working
Seven
at
Nation
all.
Army is playing dong 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 dong.
And
Oh, God.
I am eviscerated.
And
No, Joe.
I turn to you, and I'm freaking out because Joe is just like, my
Oh my
best
God.
friend.
And
I'm like, what
crying.
do we do now?
I'm crying my eyes out.
What do we do now? Do you have
Okay.
another car? Do you know anybody?
I take the bus.
Okay. And we run out to the street, and there's a
Okay.
bus sort of like
Just pulled up.
just
I
pulled up.
didn't bring my Metro Pass.
Let's see what happens.
Shit.
Because it's
No
important.
Metro
There
Pass.
is no bus. My apologies.
I don't
It's
think
on
we should
fire.
run to the street. I think we should go to the back areas of the different commercial buildings.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's safer.
Yeah, so we start sort of diving and deking through these back buildings, and the wind and the snow and the water are helping but hindering. They're killing us in a way. You know, our spirits we're moving through icy cold, tears streaking down my face. But at the same time, it seems that the zombies are having an equal difficult time moving through these buildings with ice and sort of all this stuff. So yeah, we start moving through, and after a short time, we come to a few abandoned cars, keys still in the ignition. Nina, you're gonna have to drive. I'm too. And I sort of fall over. And for the first time, you notice that small cut on my cheek is looking a bit darker. There's sort of spread. The veins are sort of reaching across my cheek, and you see that the white in my eyes is sort of off-white now, and the pupils are sort of
I'm gonna
almost
say,
fading.
are we in the car?
I'm about to get in.
Okay, and we're like, okay, let's get in, Harlan. But I know that, and then I lock you in the car because I see where this is going. Cause logic.
What? You locked me in the car?
Yeah.
Man, so I get in, and I'm kind of like
Oh
coughing.
wait, or should I take the car?
It's up to you. I'm not in
You
yet.
said you found a couple of cars.
Yeah, there's a few, so you can lock me in.
Oh,
this one.
okay,
Like
so I
maybe
lock
two.
you in.
So I get in, I'm like, Nina, we're gonna make it, aren't we?
Okay, yeah, we're gonna make it.
We're gonna make it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna make it. Tell me everything's gonna be
just
all right,
like-
Nina. And I
Okay.
put myself in the seatbelt. I'm like, yeah, I'm so happy that you're saving me, bro. And I'm
Yeah.
like coughing up blood and it's sort of splashing on my Invictus
Like-
shirt. And you, and then you lock and you step out. And I'm like, Nina, what's wrong? Where are you going?
And then I sprint because I have sprinting powers.
What?
Yeah, and I use
I
my
would do the same
willpower.
thing.
I know you would.
I use
I'm
my
like, in the
willpower
car,
to
I'm
get
like,
to the
no.
next car,
Yeah. You get
take
in,
that car, and
Perfect.
drive away.
and you start driving.
Yeah,
And you make
except
it-
I don't know how to drive.
Oh no! Give me a roll. 1 die for that. 2 negatives for not knowing how to drive.
No. This is gonna be the end of Nina's talk.
Let's do it.
I should have did my G1 when I had the
It's
chance.
all right. You can do it.
It's just go, right?
just
You
go.
just say go, and the car will go.
Just hope it's not a manual. Or
I've drove
Stick.
I've drove my friend's car a few times, but
Okay, so
Okay,
you're
well, we'll
so
see.
I
what happens.
kind of know ish.
okay.
I'll give you another for driving once.
Drove your friend's car.
Because I'm not an evil ruler. I'm not an evil game master.
In
Let's
the
see what we got.
summer, well,
Oh, perfect.
there's an ice storm here
Yeah,
in
yeah,
Canada.
what we
yeah.
got.
Ice storm is
In
not gonna-
April.
yeah.
Oh God.
Oh, boy.
Is it snowing?
Yeah.
Ah, damn
It's
it.
like freezing rain
It's the
outside
worst
right now.
weather ever. Let's see what we got. Oh! That was a long twisty. Okay, so you have 2 failures, a success, and
nothing.
Yeah, we're gonna say 1 success and 2 failures. So, yeah, you drive. You drive into the. No, you do drive, but unfortunately,
death, no.
as you're driving, you are in a stick shift. And you sort of switch it and you hear this grinding.
Like, why is there an extra pedal down here?
And there's like grinding as you're trying to
gosh.
flood the gas, and you're like revving and revving and revving and revving, and you sort of turn off. But you're driving a bit, so you're not too bad. And you start going. Where are you going? North, south, east, west? Where are
I'm
you
gonna go north because I'm gonna go into the highway because I feel like there's less people there.
Right. Okay. So you go north, and
Highway 7 because you have to pay there.
right, and there's, no one wants to pay during the zombie apocalypse. Listen, doesn't matter whether it's the end of the world. We're not paying.
No one wants to pay toll for a toll.
right.
The toll one, yeah, the
Yeah.
407. So you head up to the 407, and you see that, yeah, as you get north, it's still crowded. So you decide to continue going north, and you go north, and you go north, and you go north.
Smoke coming out of your engine.
Do I see people?
No, it becomes less and less and less and less. And as you sort of get up to, you're starting to get into farm country, and
Okay.
and your car is starting to chug along, and it sort of just rolls to a stop. But you're in a big, beautiful, vacant area. There's miles of tarmac ahead of you, behind you, and for a second you sort of relax. You go, "Oh." And then you hear something
Oh,
because you didn't check the back seat. Because who checks the back seat, right? And the last thing you hear is the crunching sound as the zombie in the back seat leans over your seat and takes a massive bite out of your neck, spraying
Damn.
blood on the front of the dash, leaving you completely undead. But you know what?
Can I have last words?
Of course.
It's been real.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect last words. And the three of us get to zombify together. We all
Well done.
we join a zombie.
Can we start a band?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we have enough instruments.
Fantastic job. Well done.
That's awesome.
You did a great job. It was a lot of fun.
Yay.
So that was The End of the World, The Zombie Apocalypse. Again, this is by Fantasy Flight Games. If you like this, you should check it out. And if you liked what you saw here, you should check out our stream. We stream every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock, theinvictusstream.com. You can find us on YouTube and a whole bunch of stuff. Thank you so much for having us.
This is awesome. This is
is
really
such a lot
fun.
of
Thanks
fun.
for coming, guys.
Now, this is how it all started.
This is how it all started, The End of the World, Zombie Apocalypse.
It may be the end,
But
but
it's...
the start.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
the beginning of the rest
Yeah.
of our zombie lives.
There you go.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks for coming. Well, thanks for watching the Gamers Galaxy and joining Joe, Harlan, and I here playing The End of the World. If you want to stay up to date with Gamers Galaxy outside the show, be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Gamers Galaxy TV. See you guys next time. GG. Thanks for watching the Gamers Galaxy. Be the first to catch our next video by hitting the subscribe button. It's a race. On your mark, get set, go. See you guys next time. GG.